Hopefully my viewers know that I try to keep this channel video game related only, but there's been a situation that has unfolded that demands my attention. There's a group of empathetically vacuous yet obnoxiously assertive twats that demands a response from me. After viewing this video, you'll soon see that I would have
corrected them, sir.
As I've said in previous videos, the political realm has invaded the video game industry to such an extent that it definitely demands purging. By now, everyone should have heard what happened to John Gibson as he, on a personal level and within the confines of his own Twitter account, shared to the world his pro-life position. The predictable and collective ring and response was so bright, I gotta wear shades. First and foremost, allow me to introduce to you the glowing and dazzling double standards that exist within the framework of the political left's response to Gibson sharing his political beliefs. I'll be blunt. It's okay to have political views as long as your political views are in line with the progressive, liberal, hive mind left. Doubt me? It's okay when Ben & Jerry's did it. It's okay when Nike took a knee. It's okay when Sony plastered BLM on their PS4 backgrounds. It's okay when Pinterest blatantly bans anything their liberal agenda disapproves of. It's okay when Marriott bans donations to Republicans. The grotesque double standards are painfully obvious, and there are countless other examples I could use. So what's the moral of the story here? Well, it's fine and dandy when full-blown companies, as long as those companies are liberal, angrily and even viciously attack their political opponents, or customers for that matter. But when a guy uses his own personal Twitter account, not in any way using his company name in an official capacity, but his own personal Twitter account, to voice his opinion for something he believes in, the liberal Borg screeches, "Off with his head!" and get him fired as quickly as possible. Yeah, how dare Gibson not conform and bow to the almighty will of the feckless brood of witches? The biggest and most impressive double standard I have seen thus far from these professional victims is the seething contradiction oozing off the screen as we read, "This is very, very disappointing." How is this a contradiction, you may be wondering? Well, SkillUp is implying that they're pro-choice. How do I know this? Because SkillUp is disappointed in John being pro-life. So, as SkillUp rolls their collective red eyes around their vacant skulls, they admit to their position by admonishing the other. Simplistically put, this means they're allowed to be upset with you for your political position, and even get you fired for it. But we're not allowed to be upset regarding their position. We are to remain silent and submissive. Speaking of SkillUp, that's an interesting name. Tell me, Skill, how do you plan on skilling up anyone if the person who wishes to skill up can't be boring? It's kind of hard to skill up in anything if you're not alive. I assume you had a tubal ligation before tweeting this. See, I can conjure a meaningless cliche axiom just like you. Now, read what this Yahoo says, very carefully. He not only demands that the heartbeat bill is draconian, which is about as factually accurate as referring to Epstein's death as suicide, but he, and follow me here, says that Gibson doesn't deserve to have a platform. That's right. He's literally saying, your opinions are not mine, therefore, you're not allowed to express them. Captain Hypocrisy over here apparently is the arbiter of all opinions. Now, that's draconian. In fact, that's totalitarian, or even Hitlerian. Just as a side note, call it cruel fate, call it a coincidence, but the ideologically inconsistent crybaby here also worked for IGN. And just to add insult to, well, insult, as I come to find out in my simple research, Alana Farce also used to work for IGN. I'm seeing a trend here. It kind of seems that my hive mind jab I made earlier doesn't seem so far-fetched now, does it? We don't have the same political opinions. Therefore, you're a big fat meanie poople face. I don't want to be your friend anymore. Which is about as accurate of a translation as you're going to get regarding this tweet. I bet this guy still wears diapers. Then there's Shipwright. Now, I've never heard of you guys until now. So, if you want to play the strong arm game, you do understand that we customers are the ones with the money, right? We could just not buy the games outsourced to you people. You've essentially just placed a massive target on your backs. Good job, guys. Way to go. And my personal favorite. And last, and this is, I saved the best for last on this one. Oh, Corey. Dystopian religious state? You don't have the moral high ground here, you insufferable soy receptacle. If you're incapable of even compromising on a baby's heartbeat, a frickin' heartbeat, proving that it's, alive and totally not a clump of cells, before you sadistically slaughter it, then it tickles my butt cheeks pink to say, you deserve every ounce of pain that's coming when that political pendulum swings back so hard to the other side, like a wrecking ball, smashing into your callous, morally bankrupt heads. You deserve it. I have a message for all of you, reckless malcontents. I'm pro-life. And guess what? You can't cancel me. Because I'm on Gab. Go ahead. Try to get me kicked off YouTube. It really won't matter because I'm on BitChute and Odyssey and, hey, ever heard of Gab TV? So go ahead. I double dog ball licking dare you to try to cancel me. You won't be able to. I'm on platforms that you can't cancel. So have fun with that.